Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning.
So I just have to say, I get excited about goal setting and life planning. It's like Christmas to me. It's like the best day of the year. And the reason is because it's like we finally get to like look at everything we've done the last year, everything we want to do in the future, and we just get to write it all down, and then we get to go get it.
I love it.
Get to start all over.
I love
It's
it.
a fresh slate.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was thinking, before we got started, all right, and if you guys know, those of you guys that have seen the show, we've done, we read the My Way, by Frank Sinatra, which is an amazing poem and all that sort of stuff. But I was thinking, it's really a poem. And I was thinking this time that what we would do is I was just going to review some of the top highlights that we've had from all of the Zoom calls since COVID started.
Okay.
So for those of you guys that don't know, with the Fired Up Fridays and with different things that we've had billionaires on the call. We've had Tom Ferry on the call. We've had Mike Ferry. We've had No Arms, No Legs, No Problem. Mm-hmm. We've had some of the most inspirational, best speakers that I think we could possibly get. And so that is one of the gifts that COVID has brought to us, is it's brought these people into our lives. Some of the top realtors, top moms, just all kinds of stuff that got our brain thinking on more of an intimate level, because you get to focus on the screen and what they're talking about.
Right.
So I wrote down some stuff, Jenny, and
Okay.
just because we got to get through this packet, and hopefully everybody's downloaded it.
Yes.
And if you have not downloaded the goal setting packet, they need to do it now and print it.
Yes.
And I know
You just text. It's just a text to code, and I'll do it really fast. You just text plan 2021 to 951-389-7638. Easy peasy.
so plan 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And again, that number was 951-389-7638. So fantastic. All right, so I'm going to get going.
Okay.
So of all the stuff that we've learned this year, through COVID in terms of these speakers and things that people have spread, here's the things that really stuck out to me. And I just want to try to quickly get us into mindset so that we can start filling out this packet.
Yes.
The first thing that I wanted to say is that success comes from the choices that we make. That's pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Success comes from the choices that we make. And, it's the little choices that we make. We've talked about this before, but whether you have donuts or whether you have oatmeal, in 30 days, you could have 30 donuts or you could have 30 bowls of oatmeal, right? And Aristotle said, and this goes all the way back to the Greeks, that you are what you repeatedly do. And if we have bad habits, we're not going to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. So we have to develop good habits. And I think to develop those good habits, we have to have a plan of where we want to go first, then build the plan to get to there, and add those habits into your life.
Yeah.
Did you work out this morning?
I knew you were going to ask. No, I did not.
But you did yesterday.
I've worked out the past 3 days.
All right.
This is my rest day. I'm going for 5. I'm
Okay,
not
I
going
like
to
that.
75 hard.
All right.
It's not good.
All right. I like
I got
that.
defensive.
I know. Shoot.
All right.
All right. So the next thing is, when you set these goals out and when we do what we're doing, I think you need to be realistic. We need to realize that I'm going to make $5 million. Well, are you? How about we just take a little incremental step to jump yourself up maybe 10, 20%?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So
I like
be
it.
realistic.
Okay.
And when you're thinking about what you want to lay out, just remember that everything we do is so that future you thanks you. So that someday, in 5 years, Jenny looks back and goes, God, I remember that day I set those goals. And you remember I said I was going to work out every day. I've done it for 5 years straight. It's part of my life. Look at me now.
Look at me now.
Look at me now. So that's a big one. So everything we're doing is for future you. And I wanted to talk about health first. And the reason I wanted to talk about health is I went up and I saw a buddy of mine. And he told me, and I filled out my whole packet and all that stuff, and he didn't fill out one thing. Not one thing in the entire packet. He was listening to everything I was doing. I said, well, why not? And he said, because I only have one thing that I'm going to worry about right now. And he goes, that's my health. He goes, because you can have money, you can have this, you can have that, but if I am not physically in shape and taking care of my body, then none of this stuff matters. So health is important, and I thought I'd steal a couple things from my trainer,
Okay.
from Ira. All right, number one, nothing tastes as good as looking good feels.
True story. Not even a Triscuit.
Not even a Triscuit. Food only tastes good for as long as it's in your mouth. You like that one? It only tastes good, so it's just that momentary 2 seconds. But what'd you do? I just pounded 3 Reese's peanut butter cups, right? So, and last, and I like this one, every hour on the treadmill adds a day to your life.
That's a good one.
So, if we start thinking about things constantly like that, then I think we're good. The other things is that we need to, and I'm going to skip over to financial future before we get started, but I think that everybody needs to be obsessing about their financial future. I don't think there's anything wrong with that in a positive way. Don't let it like overcome you and you're sucking your thumb in the corner. But everything we do needs to be about trying to create passive income streams so that we're not stuck in the rut that we are forever. So I want people to be thinking financially that your job every day financially, whether you're head of household or whatever, is to make sure that you are looking for passive income opportunities. What little things can I do that will give me $5 a day? $5 a day is $150 a month, and that's $150 a month becomes $1,800 a year. And, so I just want everybody to be thinking about passive income opportunities in this year. Okay. Rentals, whatever it may be. Next would be feeding your head, right? Feeding your head. And the one thing that the billionaire said that we had on, and I think it's been across the board, whether you're Bill Gates or whoever who's reading 2 books a week or whatever, is if you don't really know this, guys, learners are earners. Right? Learners are earners. And so what that means is that you have an obligation to read, or if you don't read, my recommendation, tune into our Monday Motivations. We're curating books. We do all kinds of books. Right now we're doing 101 exercises for the soul, purpose-driven life, all kinds of fun stuff just to make sure that you're bringing in new knowledge, like the things that you're hearing right now. So I want to make sure everybody this year in 2021 remembers that learners become earners.
I like it.
Okay. Next, remember that the difficult times always create a better you. And it's funny because I've had a couple things happen lately where I felt like I got punched in the mouth. But within 3 or 4 days, you realize that, wow, I'm glad that happened. So but again, you can feel guilty about it and you can feel bad, or you can take the things that come at you and you can say, I'm going to turn those things into a positive. I'm going to grow from this. I'm going to be better. I now can relate with people when they're going through that. It's about growth. So just remember that difficult times always create a better you.
That's true.
Okay. Couple more things and then we'll get to the packet.
Okay, because I'm excited.
Good. It's going to be good. Next, always provide benefit to those around you. And that's what some of the most successful people on our calls have said. And that says that the more people you help and the more people that you serve in your life, the more success you'll have. So whether it's McDonald's, serving over 1 billion customers, feeding people or whatever, even though we're probably going to give them all a heart attack, but, or whether it's Sam Walton, with Walmart and going in there and helping people get a TV, maybe they couldn't afford it somewhere else or whatever. So, and for clients, if you're in real estate, if you're a teacher with your kids, whatever that may be, just remember, always provide benefit and it will come back to you. That one I can't stop thinking about. Now, also, everyone has something to teach us. Don't be a snob.
Right.
It was so cool. I was running out in the parking lot in my robe with my trash cans, a couple of days ago, and the trash man was down the street and he saw me. He reversed the truck, brought it all the way back. And I'm like, hey man, thanks. And he's like, no. And him and I just struck up a conversation. And, and obviously he had a kind soul and was happy to help. And everybody has something to offer. And just because they're not a billionaire or millionaire, or whatever, there's some great stuff in everybody. We got to find it. We got to find it.
Yes, I love that.
A couple other things. Successful people seek counsel, not opinion, right? And seeking counsel means when you have an issue, when you have a problem, when you're building a financial plan, when you're doing health and fitness, whatever it may be, go to the people that are better than you. Don't get opinions from people that aren't somebody that you respect, Jenny. Don't get health advice from me, for God's sakes. If I took my shirt off, you'd never talk to me about it. But look for somebody that maybe is doing it right. Okay, deal?
Well played.
All right, thank you.
Okay, got it.
This is a big one. Love what you do.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to say this, but if you don't love what you do, maybe you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Because if you're spending 40 hours a week doing something that doesn't make you happy and doesn't fulfill you, I feel like you shouldn't do it. And we're never too old to make a change.
No.
And if it's not fulfilling your soul, if you don't enjoy, or if there's certain aspects, focus on that. But I just really think that you have one shot, and if you hate what you do, that's a problem.
Especially if they're young. Now, if you're close to retirement, just in case my husband's watching, you suck it up for 5 more years.
Keep going, Jeremy. Keep going.
And then you do a new adventure. Because
Right.
we all do, I shouldn't say we all, but many of us are living very long now. So we can have multiple lifetimes.
Well, and I've said this before, and I'm sorry for those of you guys who heard it a million times, but our top agents, they peak between 62 and 68.
Yeah.
And speaking because they've got the knowledge of life and the skills
Yeah.
of life and the database and the people skills
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. So anyways,
Okay.
so next, focus on your contributions, not your rewards, right? So what you give is where we need to be focusing, not the rewards that come back. And this one I stole from Chris Conrad from Coastal Alliance in Long Beach. I love it. Be positive at all times about what you do and about how you live your life, because the universe knows when you're open for business. And it knows when you're closed.
That's super good,
It's going to
Chris.
kick your ass if you don't do it. So Chris Conrad, if you're on the call.
I see her.
Oh, you do? Okay,
do.
good. Hi, Chris. So one of my favorite quotes that she ever said, she's got a couple more, but they have the F word and stuff in it, so I can't talk about that one.
We're a family show.
That's right, family show. And then last but not least, the last quote last point I wanted to make was, it's from that Denzel Washington speech that he gave, if you guys have seen his commencement speech. And it basically said that when you're on your deathbed, don't let the ghosts of your unexplored potential haunt you. Meaning, do what you want to do, make your impact, go where you want to go, help who you want to help, do the things that make you happy, as long as it doesn't affect anybody else. But I think a lot of us don't. We get caught up in mediocrity. And so that's what this packet's about. This packet is about not accepting mediocrity, all right, in 2021. And look, hey, boo friggity who. We had COVID, we got this, we got that. You got a civil war about ready to break out. I'm just kidding. Whatever's going on.
Right.
But this year, it's really up to you and what goes on between your ears. So if you don't have a plan, you're not going to get there. So
Okay.
I already wasted 12 minutes. So let's go. Pull out your packets. And let's get charging, okay? And I'm going to ask once in a while, Michael, that we switch back and forth to some of these things. So the first thing I want to ask you is I want you to open up to the What's My Purpose page. Okay, and on the What's My Purpose page, I don't know if you can show that. Boo frickety who, Kelly, right? Go to the What's My Purpose page, and I want you to just pull it up. And here's the big question I want you to fill out first, Jenny, okay? What are your superpowers? And what are your God-given talents? We all have them. Everyone has something special about them. And the question is, what are yours? And I want you to write them down. So for example, for some people, it could be, I have this sense of making people feel good, or I have a really good ability to entertain, and I love to entertain. Or maybe it's that I like to, again, there's a million things. I'm a people person. I'm witty. And are we able to pull it up, Michael?
Yeah, go ahead and...
And it's okay, people, boast in this. It's just for you. Go ahead and boast and feel good. Don't
Yeah.
be scared to say
Yeah, this is for you.
things. No one else is going to see this.
Your significant other's not going to see it. Your spouse. It's like a diary.
No.
You
I
know
want to see what you wrote, though.
Oh, I have. I'm a people person. I have, and this isn't mine. I just tried to come up with some general ones. I'm witty. People generally like me. What's funny is the people that you think that. Well, whatever. And I'm a hard worker. I'm patient. What are yours? So for me, I like things like this. I like to. To kind of help train and open people's brain and stuff like that. So get right. Don't look at me.
Stop. Okay.
All right. So what are your God-given talents?
Would you like a little music, Chuck?
No, I think we'll be okay for now. I'm going to grab some in a minute, though, Adam. So, is it that you're funny? Is it that you're good at interpersonal relationships? Is it that, people like to talk to you? People, because I know there's some people that people just open up to them for no reason, and they don't even talk. So what are your God-given talents? Write those down for me. And this is all going to come together in a master plan. So just keep writing them down. Keep writing them down. All right. And I sure hope you guys all downloaded these packets. Plan 2021 to 951 389 763. And if not, grab a pad of paper, guys. You can do this all on a pad of paper too.
It's on the screen.
Okay, great. So what are your talents? So we'll start there. All right, Jenny? Okay. And wow, you really like yourself. How many pages you got over there? You're a talented woman.
Thanks for noticing.
All right. So next I want you to fill out, what do you enjoy doing? What makes you happy? What fills your cup? That's what I'm looking for. So, and again, if you have a pad of paper, write it down, but what do you ultimately enjoy doing? So for example, it might be spending time with people. I'm a people person. I like to be supercharged by people. It might be reading. If I could be doing anything, I like to read. You know what? And this is okay, Jenny. It might be watching TV.
That was number one.
Okay.
I'm not
if
gonna
you
be
want to watch
ashamed.
a lot of TV, you go, girl.
I'm not going to be shamed by it.
Don't shame. You're not being shamed. It could be maybe you like to travel. Maybe you like to explore. Maybe you like to stalk people on Facebook and Instagram. It is fun. That is fun. So, what things do you enjoy doing in your spare time? I mean, for some people, it could be jogging. It could be mountain biking. It could be going to the beach. It could be going for a walk. So write down a quick list of the things that you enjoy doing. What floats your boat, Jenny?
Many things. I'll say one that's funny. I love talking about working out.
You like planning to plan to plan.
I do. It's the only thing I like to plan.
I like talking about working out. Hey, at least you're honest. All right. So next, I want you to take a look at your career and where you're at in your life in your career and what you're doing. And again, whether you're a teacher, whatever you may be, most of these people are real estate, of course. But what do you enjoy about your career? What are the pieces that make you happy about your career? None of the negative crap. None of the ungrateful people are ungrateful or this or that. I don't want any of that. I want, the look on the first-time buyer's face. The look on my kids who I teach when they get it. Or not having an income ceiling. That's a big one. Freedom. Freedom of being an independent contractor. Being able to create my own schedule, which people think they're going to get in real estate, but they don't because your clients own you. But your schedule, maybe it's spending time with my favorite broker, Chuck Whitehead. I mean, that is really a good time.
It is a good time.
All right, and it's very fulfilling.
For sure.
But really, what are those things? Making people better. Maybe you like events. Maybe you like, what is it? What makes you happy? What floats your boat? Maybe you like tasks. Maybe you like busy work. Maybe you like the feeling of hitting your to-do list and getting it done at the end of the day. I mean, that's like, whoo, I hit it. You like that one, huh?
I think I do.
All right. In that case, I'm going to give you a huge to-do list today when we're done. So, and then we'll see how fun it is. No, I'm kidding. So just write it all down, guys. Write it all down of the things that you enjoy about your career. And if I'm moving too fast, if there's anything going on, feel free to drop it in the chat because I'm getting the chat on my screen, guys. So anyways, so you got enough for that one? What you enjoy about your career?
That one was easy.
Now we're going to start putting it together. All right, go to the next one. This is a tough one because most people, I would say most people get scared by this question. When I went through this with a couple of my friends, they couldn't answer this question. But I think you can, Jenny. Okay?
He has faith in us.
So it's, why are you here on this planet? Okay, what is your purpose here? Knowing what you like to do, knowing what your gifts are, knowing what you enjoy about your career, what do you like about being here on this planet? That's what I want to ask you, and that's what I want you to write down right now. So it could be, to be a good parent and to raise solid people. It could be to make a positive impact on other people's lives. It might be to motivate people. It might be to inspire. Hey, it might just be to be selfish and smoke weed and play video games. All right? That's what's one of my people's
that's okay.
answers. Yeah, hey,
right?
whatever floats your boat.
And it's different seasons, right? Because I remember when I first joined this company 8 years ago, mine was completely different than now. Completely different. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Could be to, and I love this one, number 3, to enrich the lives of my clients, family, and friends. And I think another one might be to uplift everyone that I come in contact with. What is your purpose here? And I can tell you, every book is going to tell you, this story and that story, but it really is all about serving and learning. I'm not Socrates or anything, but I believe that it's about service to others and learning. But again, and raising good people if you have kids, or taking care of your significant other, or if you are a nurse, for example, it might just be, to really serve other people in the greatest way by taking care of their health and keeping them alive, or, what is it? Why are you here? And a lot of people, I'll bet you, have never done this exercise, because I know I haven't. And I spent a day and a half putting this thing together. It was so great. So now what I want you to do is write a couple of sentences down below and put it all together. All right, it's going to be very hard. So,
okay.
So here's how I'd like you to say, I am, and just here's how I'd like you to write. I am good at. Okay. So go ahead. So down where it says put them together, I, like, for example, this particular one that you guys are watching here. I enjoy the respect and fulfillment that comes with providing information and motivation to others, or I am a hardworking, likable woman who enjoys learning new experiences and spending quality time with people. So put down what you enjoy doing mixed in with your superpowers. Okay, that's first. I'm a hardworking, likable woman who enjoys learning and experiences, spending quality time with people, for example. And now I want you to put down this. This is your next sentence as soon as you're done with that. Sorry, I'll give you a minute, Jenny. So your first sentence is addressing your superpowers and what you like doing in your spare time. And then the next sentence I want to hit on is your business. So for example, for this person, I enjoy what I do because of the flexibility and income that comes along with helping people accomplish their homeownership dreams. So this is for the realtor, right? I enjoy what I do because of the flexibility and income that comes along with helping people accomplish their homeownership goals. So put together what you enjoy about your career, guys, and put it in a sentence. And this is hard, but I'm rushing you guys along because I don't want you to overthink it. Just write it. Just write it down. And again, if you don't have the packet, write it on a piece of paper. Get a pad. And if you're just tuning in on live and you don't have a pad of paper out and you're just watching, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to write this stuff down. All right? And then when you're floating on a yacht someday, hit me up. I want to ride. All right? The last one is being, why am I here on this planet? Right? So the first sentence is about your God-given gifts and what you enjoy doing. The second is about your career. Now the third is about why I'm here. So for this person, I love being a good parent, making a positive impact, and enriching the lives of my clients, family, and friends. So that was this particular person's, right? So what do you, when I look at it, when you say your purpose, add that purpose into your final sentence. Add that purpose into your final sentence. All right, so now, we're going to get real personal here in a minute, Jenny.
Okay. Okay. Turn
Jenny,
the page.
no.
Oh.
Read it to me.
Oh!
Come on.
Really?
Bring it. What do you
But
got?
I'm not good at
Stop
English.
it. You're wonderful.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, my tummy hurts now.
I know, but you're putting it out there in the universe,
Okay.
baby.
This is, I put them together, my last.
Yep. Only your last one. Yeah. Put them together.
I am good at finding joy in all. I enjoy meeting people, being around being around my friends while still having, this is the work.
Good.
I enjoy meeting people, being around my friends while still having the freedom to be with my husband and loves. My purpose is to spread love and cheer to everyone to help them be their best.
Huh? How does that feel?
It's embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed by that. That is like gold. And I wish I could hear each and every one of you guys that are on this call.
They can call us later, though. Call us later. Text it to us.
Hey, you know what? I'll do mine.
Okay.
You did yours. I just put, I enjoy the fulfillment that comes with providing information and motivation to others. I enjoy talking about making people better and doing the right things. And my job is to show a good example by having good character. So those are the things that motivate me. The same thing as you, but it's mostly about serving and about making people happy and bringing joy, right? And making this life more fun. So I wish I could hear all of your guys' stuff, but don't have time. So, all right, so let's move on to the mantra page. Now, for those of you guys that, know me, of course, I have a shower mantra. I just did a new one. I've had it hanging in my shower for 10 years. And I just did a new one because I rewrote it on this page. We do not have time to do every section, so unfortunately we're only going to do the first section right now.
Okay.
We're going to do the first section. So if you're on your mantra page, what I want you to do is I want you to think about this first question. And it says, I want my family and friends to describe me as. Okay, so if I was to ask your friends, if I was to get on the phone and I was to call up your best friend and say, describe Jenny to me, the question is, how would they describe you? Okay, but the real question, Jenny, is how would you want them to describe you? So I wrote down here an example. I want them to describe me as a positive person. I want them to describe me as someone who supports them without judgment. Someone who is present and actively involved with my children, because this is friends and family. Someone who is reliable, someone who is trustworthy, someone who's loyal, caring, and available. These are just some ideas, but how would you want them to describe you? That's what I want to know. And you know what? You don't have to fill out all 5.
Okay.
But take your time, take a minute, and just write it down. If you were to ask me, Jenny, to describe you, what would you want me to say? Because you're my friend. So take a minute, guys, and write it down. How would you want your friends and family to describe you?
People are quick.
Good. Now, next. This is a big one. Many of you have done this before. I don't care. You're doing it again. If I was to call your last client, okay, or if I'm a teacher, if I were to ask, some of your students, or if you're a doctor, ask some of your patients, or whatever that may be, how would you want, well, first, what would your client say about you? And hopefully they're not going to say, he doesn't answer his phone, you know what I mean? He's got commission breath, blah, 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 blah. The question is, how would you want them to describe you, your client? So I'd like you to fill that one out too. So, for example, I'm diligent and hardworking. I'm willing to go the extra mile for them. I am someone who answers their phone and is available.
I put available number 1.
Man, answering your phone, it's like you can't not be successful if you answer your phone. And so many people don't.
Text
I call
me
agents
back.
all the time.
Yeah.
They don't answer their phone. I'm like, how do you have any business?
Yeah.
You're knowledgeable and valuable. How would you like them to describe you? And it's almost asking, like, in a sense, it's almost like, what is your value proposition? Like, what's special about you? What do you want them to say, people? Write those things down. What do you want your clients to say? And again, whether you're a teacher, you have students, or whatever your life profession. And then the third one, and this is a big one, is knowing how I want my friends and family to describe me, knowing how I want my clients, or customers to describe me. What things do I have to carry around? What things need to be done to reach that potential? So here's some examples. I need to be positive and enthusiastic at all times. That'd be an example of something you might write down. I need to avoid negative people, life suckers, as I like to call them. I need to take care of myself physically and mentally. So write down the things on the bottom here to reach your desired level of success that you need to do to be that person that you want to be described as that person that you want to be. So could be stay focused on creating passive income, because you know what? Money is important too. And I added that to my database, or to my mantra this time, that I need to search out, find, and execute on any passive income opportunity I can possibly afford to make happen. Because if you want to be who you want to be, financial success helps get that done. So anything like that, negative people, whatever it may be. Some other ones, be a valuable financial mentor to my customers. Maybe it's focusing on having a highly positive, fun personality. Just write those things down. And maybe you can see the crowd too and see if people are. Okay, and you can switch back to me. Yeah, if you guys could flip back and forth, that'd be cool once in a while too. So there's some examples of a mantra. Now I want you to flip to the next one, and these are the daily affirmations. This is where I want you to take your top 2, Jenny, your top 2 from each one of those columns, and I want you to put it down in writing. So here you go. So here's how I did it. Today and every day, I will be present and actively involved with my children, for example. I don't know if you can see it on your screen there. I will, and these are things that I took off of my list, right? So I will be diligent, hardworking, and knowledgeable in my craft. I will take care of myself physically and mentally, and I will stay focused on creating passive income. So go up to the top one, Jenny, and pick your 2 favorite. I will what?
Say it out loud?
No, just write it down.
Oh, okay.
So I will. I will be likable, fun, and entertaining. I will be someone that, helps others, whatever it may be. This is important. So 2 from each category, guys. 2 from your family and friends, 2 from your clients, and 2 things that you need to do to be there, to get there. Two from each category. I will maybe be diligent, hardworking, and knowledgeable in my craft. I will take care of myself physically and mentally. We good? Mm-hmm. Oh, some music. All right, good. We'll go for another 30 seconds, guys. I want you to just jam this stuff out.
Okay.
Don't overthink it.
Sounds like Disneyland.
You done?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll give everybody else like 10 more seconds. Today and every day, I will. What do you got to do? Who do you got to be? What's your purpose here? What makes you happy? How do you want people to describe you? All right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Jenny, guess what you get to do?
Oh my God, you didn't say.
All right, let's hear it.
Do you see how red his face is?
I love this.
He totally.
I live for this stuff. Go ahead.
Oh God. Okay. I'm really bad penmanship. I'll be kind and support without judgment. I stole that because that is really, really good.
Yeah.
Especially
That takes
with
life
children
experience to know that.
and adult children who are raising other children that you, yeah. Anywho, I will be available and knowledgeable. I'll be present and up to date on real estate tools and trends.
I like that. Good. So now at least you have those things that you know are
Yeah.
important to you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read mine because
Okay.
I want to put like, I will do my best to motivate, inspire, and lead by example. Like I want to do that. I will be a valuable financial mentor and problem solver for anybody that's interested. Mm-hmm. I will stay fit, eat healthy, and keep a high energy level. It's important. Mm-hmm. I will focus on having a highly positive, fun personality. Right? I will find and seize passive income opportunities. And I will follow God's path for me, and I'm going to do my best to pray often. It says it right there in my thing.
It says it right
So this
there.
is what I'm having carved in a piece of granite right now.
Really?
Yeah, and I put pictures in each corner of things that matter to me. So I'm having that carved in a piece of granite, and it's going to be hanging in my shower because in my shower is my thinking place, and it's a new
you
one.
guys, we can put this, like we can write it on our mirror in marker, we don't have to get granite. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
It was $90.
Oh!
For your mantra for the rest of your life, for God's sakes.
Well, as you said, it's a new one too.
Yeah,
so
it is
even
new.
if you broke down $90 for 10 years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
$10.
$9 a
Yeah,
year. Yep.
I feel really dumb now.
Oh, stop it. It's fine. All right, so now let's move on to the next one. And like
Okay.
I said, I'm very sorry, guys, that I can't hear all. I would be so interested in hearing what you wrote. But in this sort of environment, we just
Yeah.
got to keep moving. And we're doing pretty good on time.
Awesome.
So I want you to go to the financial planning page next.
Okay.
All right, and so we know that to live the life you want to live, it takes money. Mm-hmm. And to have the freedom to do the things you want, go where you want, go somewhere with your significant other, take your family somewhere, provide shelter, have good food, we have to have a good income. Mm-hmm. And we're all capable of having a great income.
Yes.
But what I continually run into, and it drives me insane, is I continually run into people that, Jenny, are not thinking about the future. And they're not planning out their retirement. And, if you're 22 and get started, you're going to be happy. If you're, 62 and just getting started, you're going to be happy. It's going to take more work, So for me, I just want to drop these ideas in your head. So on this retirement sheet that I sent you guys, it just shows right there the average Social Security estimate for 2020 is, if you were to retire right now, the average in the U.S. last year was $18,170, which is $1,500 a month. Mm-hmm. Can you live on $1,500 a month?
Not fun.
Okay, probably not even close.
No.
Okay, so we have an obligation. Hopefully, your significant other or somewhere along the line you've done something to insulate yourself so that you're not, living tight in your future years. So I want you to just write down. And you know what? If it's a bunch of zeros, that's okay. Because that's just telling us that we have to focus on that. So I want you to write down, if you have any rental income at all, I want you to write that down. So if it's zero, I want you to put a zero right now. Okay, so this person has one rental, they make $500 a month, so they get $6,000. Okay, so if it's zero, that's fine. Now I want you to look at your retirement and pensions. And most people from real estate, Jenny, have come from a different life.
Right.
They used to be, I talked to one last night. He was a CPA, then he's an attorney, now he's in real estate. Or somebody was, the three most successful people in the real estate industry: hairdressers, bartenders, and elementary school teachers when they make that conversion. So did they have something in their previous lives, any form of a retirement that they were able to carry over? So I want you to write down that. So let's say that maybe, hopefully, you had something where you worked at somewhere for 10 years and you've got some form of a pension that hopefully will pay you out something. So for this person, they spent 20 years at Hewlett Packard and they should be pulling down about $10,000 a year. That's not a lot. Okay, that's a year.
But it
So that's
helps.
like $800 a month. So write that down if you have retirement pensions. And if you don't, if it's a zero, I want you to know. I want you to write that down because it's important.
And I think it's important that, like, if you're married or your significant other, remember, even if it's through them, you contribute to that as well.
For sure.
So we need to be knowledgeable about that. I am not. So that's something else I'm going to work at. I do not know what we have. I'm going to do better about that. And but more importantly, we have to plan on our own as well.
Teamwork makes the dream work. So yeah,
Yes.
I mean, but there's a lot of people that are by themselves and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but,
they're rock stars.
But they still have a responsibility to, everyone has a responsibility to at least be thinking about their future.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you this right now, like you can retire at 62, right? No offense, Jenny, but that's only 11 years away.
You're
Okay. But listen, you know what I'm saying though? Like we're gonna turn our heads and it's gonna be
Yeah.
and you're gonna
Yeah.
look back at this retirement planning sheet and ask
Yeah.
yourself, did I make those moves before I hit Social Security? So that's where I want you guys to do. I want you to be thinking about that. So when I keep talking about passive income, I'm talking about this.
right. Not multi-level marketing.
No,
we're talking about
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So here we go. Next would be stocks and bonds. So this person doesn't have any, which is fine. The next thing might be your cash savings. If you're planning on retiring with $100,000 in the bank, which is cool, that's $5,000 a year because at 5%, let's say you can get 5% on average on that money by lending it out or doing whatever. So that's $5,000. And then you add it all up together, and this particular person has $39,170. So they get about $3,700 a month is what this person is going to be able to retire on. And to me, I guess if you live tight and you're only one person and then there's another one bringing it in too, that's cool. But I would like to see you set a number for yourself of what you would like your passive income number to look like when you hit a certain age. So for example, a great goal would be I want to have passive income, not counting Social Security, of $5,000 a month by the time I'm 65. But are you doing the things to get there? And that's what I want to make sure you guys are doing. Are you thinking about it? And most of you guys are in a real estate chair or in some chair where you have the opportunity to take advantage of some things that come in front of you. So this person was $39,170. I don't know what your number is. And the next one I wanted to ask you is, what is your comfort income level monthly? So we're no longer talking about, oops, sorry, the animation's gone wrong. So monthly, like what do you need to make for your portion of the household? Is it $2,000? Is it $3,000? Right now, last year, most likely all of you guys are alive and you're wearing clothes right now that are decent and you have your heater on. So you're all doing fine at the income level that you made last year. So if you just want to write down last year I made $3,000 a month or $2,000 a month or whatever that may be, and that's comfortable, write that down as your comfort number. For this person, they're the head of household. Their comfort level is $5,000. So that's what I wrote down. And then, so write down what your monthly net number needs to be. And now I want to ask you this, Ginny. How much more do you want to make this year? So for this person, their monthly income is $5,000. This person wants to make another $2,000. $2,000 a month, that's $24,000 a year. That's pretty significant.
that is.
So write that down. And then I want everybody to be contributing something to their retirement. And as real estate agents, don't forget, you guys have control of your retirement. You have gifts. You have the self-employment pension that you can fund up to 25% of your income. If you're a teacher, sometimes you can do 3%, 5%. You got PERS. Whatever it may be, max out your contribution from you personally to your future. So I'm asking you to at least do $500 or $300 or anything will help eventually.
Anything. We started with $10 off of each paycheck back
Really?
in the day.
I love that. Hey, but that $10 got you thinking that I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to
Pay
do
yourself
this.
first.
So now we've got for this person $5,000, $2,000 extra, $500 extra monthly for $7,500. That's how much this person would like to make next year, right? So I want you to add those up, those three, $7,500, and your monthly goal is $7,500 for this particular person. We're giving you a grand total annual income goal for 2021 of $90,000. All right, now some people are going to be $50,000 on this call. Some people are going to be $500,000. So I just want you to write down what your income level is. And again, if you're in real estate or loans or whatever, now you got to work backwards and say, if I'm averaging $5,000 a deal, $7,000 a deal, I need to do 12 deals. Let's say you're averaging 7,500, which makes it real easy. A deal, you need to do 12 deals. That'll get you the $90,000. So work backwards now and figure out how many deals is it going to take me to get there in 2021. So there's your quick financial sheet. Because again, we do financial workshops too. All right, Jenny, here we go. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. It's time to build your team.
Okay.
It's time to build your team. And it's not just building your team, but it is determining the people around you. And this is one of my favorite quotes. A lot of people have gone further than they thought they could because someone else thought they could. Right?
1,000,000% I'm
You know,
sitting here.
and I get people that tell me, hey, Chuck, and you know what? No matter how confident you think you are, or you think somebody is, or whatever, if you see a guy getting off a stage at a concert that's like a superstar and you said, hey, you did a great job, they're always going to go like, oh my God, thank you. Like, no matter who they are, it could be Paul McCartney, you know, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So just remember, you know, that if by supporting them and telling them they're doing a good job and that they can do it, you are also paying it forward. But this is about your accountability partners. And when I say accountability partners, you know, and again, for those of you guys who just have pads of paper at home and haven't downloaded it, you can write on a pad of paper, but I'm going to just ask you to start filling this out, Jenny. So
Okay.
I'm going to start with, who are we going to start with? I'm going to start with spiritual. So is there anybody, I'm just going to say it this way, is there anybody that gives you crap to make sure that you stay in line on a spiritual level? The grandma that's like, Jenny,
I wrote
you
my
need to go to
answer.
church, damn it. You know, or,
They would never say the D word.
oh, no, okay, darn it.
Yeah.
Darn it, dagnabbit.
Yeah.
You know, so is there somebody that guides you spiritually, at least in some way, that tries to just keep you on your toes?
And my kid.
Okay, so write that name down. And they should come into your mind quickly. If you have to think about it, it's a problem. Now, how about family relationships? Who do you emulate that you go, you know what, I love the way that lady deals with her kids and her grandkids, or that guy deals with his kids or his grandkids, or how he deals with his siblings, or, you know, the way they carry themselves. Who do you want to emulate in family relationships? All right, and I want you to write that name down. And the first person that came to your mind is fine. Okay, and even if you're like, well, I feel this way, but he's kind of not really, write it down anyway. Next would be health and fitness. All right, and so who is that? You know, maybe it's that chick that you secretly hate and love on Instagram because you can tell how hard she works out.
I know.
You know, is there anybody that kind of you want to emulate in terms of health and fitness? A trainer, somebody from your gym, somebody from a yoga class, an instructor, somebody that walks around here strutting around that looks like $1 million because you know they work their ass off. Who is your health and fitness guide? Or who do you emulate? First person you thought of, Jenny.
I thought of Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
J-Lo.
really? Hey, that's perfect. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Somebody wrote down. Okay, so the next would be, what about money and riches? Who, when you think about money, hey, thanks, Drake. That's not for fitness, that's for sure. Drake wrote me down. The next thing would be money and riches. So who motivates you when it comes to money? Who makes sure that you're keeping your shit together, okay, that you're thinking about the future, that they're encouraging you to make more money, that they're encouraging you to do things financially that put you a little bit out of your comfort zone. So who is your money and riches person? For me, I had an Uncle Jordan that taught me a lot of stuff. So I think about him, you know. Your career. Who do you look to say, you know what, I look for a little bit of guidance. I look for, you know, that positivity. I look for, you know, something that keeps me going, or somebody that I want to be, somebody that I want to emulate, that is like, I like the way they do business and I want to do business that way. So write that name down. Hey, Kelly said J-Lo too.
I saw that. That was awesome.
Rob, you love you, Rob. All right, so social media. I think this is, look guys, think about how important social media is that I put it on here.
That's crazy.
Spiritual, family, and social media.
And social media.
Okay, because no matter what business you're in, we're in the job of sales. And social media is sales of, you know, especially depending upon the industry. So is there anybody that you like the way they do things on social media that you want to follow that person? And thanks, Leaper, I appreciate that. Anybody that you can think of? I mean, there's some good people. There's a couple, there's like some trainers around here. There's some influencers. Anybody in specific that you would like to add to that? All right, so who is your social media person? And here's the big one. Here's the big one. Who is your moral compass? Who's that person in your life that maybe they've been on this life 5 or 6 times and figured it out, and they've got it all dialed in, and you know that, like, if somebody were to say something bad about that person, you know it's bullshit. Okay, so who is that moral compass in your life that you trust and live and dream of? Who might that be? And now, you should have pretty much everybody. So that is your circle. Those are the people that are helping guide you in your life. All right?
I thought it was Jennifer.
Jennifer,
Almer.
for what?
Moral compass.
You mean the compliance officer that makes sure that we don't cuss and don't get political and don't talk about religion? Yeah. It's hard. All right, so
It's true.
so now we're going to move on.
Okay.
I want to jump into your life in review. I want to jump into your life in review. And I want you to think about this as a review, like you do on Amazon. And I want you to highlight the number of stars of how you feel about your overall relationship with everyone in your family. Okay, so for some people, it's going to be 1 star. And let's look at the common denominator if it is. Okay, or it might be 4 stars, or 5 stars, or 3 stars. So I want you to write down, how do you feel about your relationship with your siblings, with your parents, with your nieces, with your nephews, with your kids, with anybody and everybody that's in your life. That is family. Your in-laws. All right? And once you've highlighted those stars, I want you to write down, what are your 2 biggest weaknesses? What are your 2 biggest weaknesses? So it could be, I need better communication with my kids. I don't talk to them enough. It could be that, through COVID, Jenny, I'm struggling with my significant other. Mm-hmm. I love that person, but I want to punch them right. No, I'm just kidding. It could be that though, So what things have caused weakness in your relationships and in your family? I want you to write those 2 things down. The 2 first things that come to your mind, guys. And then I want you to list out the positive things that we're going to do, and I want you to address it. So if the first thing up there was, my better communication with my kids, then for the positive, I want you to address that on the first one. So for example, send my kids a text daily and always take their calls, and maybe call them on Fridays, even if they don't answer, okay? Because at least you're reaching out. But what is it that you can do in 2021 in a positive way to overcome those 2 weaknesses that you had? And if you're like, hey, my brother-in-law is an a-hole, talk to him. Figure it out. It's 2021. Clean your closet out, Jenny, for God's sakes. All right?
Oh, boy.
I know, right? I mean, I wrote down some pretty heavy stuff here. I'm not going to ask you to read this stuff.
Okay, good.
All right? I'm not going to do that. But it might be, that I need to create time specific for us, for the significant other. We need to go and set it aside in 2020, and I'm going to go for walks. I'm going to go for hikes. I'm going to go for bike rides. I'm going to send the kids to grandma's house, and I'm going to spend dinner, in the backyard that I'm going to make for him, and we're going to get smashed, and we're going to go
enjoy each other.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So whatever it may be that makes you guys happy, but I think this environment has, and I can tell you from the coaches that I've talked to, just friends of mine, this environment has tested relationships. And so we have to work around that in this new world, because don't think this is going anywhere.
No.
This is going to be the new world. All right? So you got some good stuff?
List of positive action.
Come on.
It's really hard. I'll be honest. Mine was being honest about my feelings. And it's really hard with adult children because you have to learn that balance. And like you said, nieces and nephews.
Maybe
and
start using metaphors. Well, there was this mouse, and this mouse had a wife. All right, and what the mouse? I have no idea. But But yeah. So, I would just put that. Learn to communicate better with my children, because it sounds like, there's an issue there, an issue of openness and honesty. And hey, shit, figure it out. All right. So, can we move on to the next one now?
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is spiritual health. So, for me, I have found that on a spiritual level lately, it's been very difficult for a lot of people. And I'm going to blame COVID again. Because there's a church right around the corner, the one that whenever I would get all mixed up in my head, I would go do my, and I would do it all the time. I'd go pray in there and try to figure out my situations. It has not been open since March. Okay, so churches are closed. There are some that have them on the outside. But spiritually, how are you doing? How is your connection with the big man, or, for some people, the God is upstairs, okay? How is your connection spiritually right now? How do you feel that you are doing? Now, don't worry, this person had a 1.5 star, so you don't have to feel too bad, all right? So the weaknesses, for example, for this one is churches are closed. Some people don't even like church, and that's fine. But, whether you're into another religion, your synagogues, or whether my horoscope, is said, whatever, I don't care what it is, but how are you doing with your connection with with spiritual. And the other one might be, I don't pray enough. Or when I do pray, it's only when times are rough. And I think that's one of the cardinal sins, is when people pray only when things are rough. So now I would say, if I know that I'm dropping the ball spiritually, don't forget, if you were an avid churchgoer and, teaching your kids and your family, and all of a sudden because of this, you've fallen off as a parent, you got to figure out a new way to do it. And so now we come on to the positive things that we can do spiritually to kind of reconnect us. So, for example, this person, find a new place to communicate with God. Some people have said that it's at their dining room table. Or, maybe on Sundays we go for a walk. Whatever, you go for a walk. You go find that place. Another one might be to set aside time to pray. If you, again, we talked about this before, Jenny, but if you can add things into your daily schedule, and you could add 1 to 2 minutes of thankful gratitude prayer once a day for 2 minutes, would that help your life? So set aside time to pray. Shower, meals, bedtime, whenever, and just try to stick to it. Again, but you do you. Okay, next is rate your health and fitness. Oh, stop it.
I forget we're on mics.
Stop it. Stop being so hard on yourself. You look great. Stop it. All right? So, how is your health and fitness? A couple of my friends, Jenny, they're struggling right now. COVID has put 30 pounds on them. And one, I'm going to say 50 pounds. They've been home since March. They have, been taking this very seriously. They've been quarantined, and they are in the worst shape they've ever been in their entire life.
It's hard.
And again, we are dealing with COVID and this entire goal-setting issue, but how would you rate your overall health? So how many stars? How many did you give yourself?
I gave 2, but I almost feel 3 because I have stayed on task with my doctor visits that
Good.
we're all supposed to do, especially after we hit 50, if you know what I mean, people. Not the fun stuff. So I've stayed on task with those. I haven't had blood work done this year, though.
Okay.
So, but 2.5.
Okay, so you give yourself a 2.5. Now, what are your 2 biggest weaknesses?
Oh, well.
All right. And it's okay. For this person, it's, I don't eat as well as I should. That's the big one. I don't eat as well as I should. Or it could be, and this has been a huge one for me, gyms are closed. I was a gym rat, and I have not been to the gym in 9 months. So that being the case, that's why I gave myself 2.5 stars too. And sometimes when you fall off the wagon, you really fall off the wagon. I think I fell off the wagon, fell down a cliff, fell in a hole, and then, had to dig my way out. So I didn't just fall off the wagon, sure. You know what I mean? So that being the case, this person is, I don't eat as well as I should, and gyms have been closed. So the question is, in 2021, the most important thing probably, okay, spiritual is important too, but the most important thing is, what things are you going to do this year? Write it down and mean it. Write it down. What things are you going to do? And address it. So like if number 1 is I don't eat as well as I should, the next one should be, I'm going to eat perfectly during the week. And I know a couple people that are really good friends, and they are super smoking. And they eat perfect during the week. This is just an example. But on the weekends, they party. You know what I mean? And they save their carbs for that, But, so maybe it's eat perfect during the week.
No, it's eat for nutrition. That's what it is.
Perfect.
It's eat for nutrition. It's that's where my problem is.
Okay.
It's not, and I can't. Yeah.
Okay,
eat for
good.
nutrition.
And then the next one might be find outside activities. Because I'll tell you what, if you look at some of these hiking paths, like I was up in San Jose this weekend, I'm telling you, it looked like a friggin' mob walking down the street. You know what I mean? So people are getting out and just readjusting the way the gym's being closed. Like they're all doing different things. So the question is, keeping yourself safe, what things should you add? So I just, put the things we talked about earlier: hiking, biking, walking. Even a walk. We talked about a walk in one of the shows. I mean, that's great. So write that down as a positive, or whatever you want it to be, of course. And I think we're good. Take a second. We're going to use the music during the goal setting section. Okay. All right. So let's move on now. Business health. And for those of you that are not independent contractors, your career, your business. Oh, is anyone else having sound problems? We're getting messages that the sound isn't working.
It was off for a second because...
Okay, good. All right, so I'd like you to rate your business. where you're at in your career, what you're doing, how much you like it, how you're doing financially. And now I want you to identify the two biggest weaknesses. So give it the number of stars of where you're at, how happy you are with your business health, with what you do. It's not just business, your career, how happy and fulfilled you are with what you're doing. Go ahead. You want to say
No,
something?
I'm just thinking.
Okay, good. Think. So, for this particular person, they have, for example, they were thrown off track. Some people adjusted quickly in the real estate business to COVID, and some people got their ass kicked. It's just the truth. And it seems to be the cream of the crop really cranked, and the other people that were a little newer have struggled a little bit more. That's just the way it is. So, maybe you got thrown off track this year. Maybe you have not, reached out the way you should. Maybe, you're not leveraging some things about yourself. Maybe you've done a poor job keeping in contact with your client pool. Maybe, if you're in a career, maybe you've done a poor job communicating with your uppers because, now they're not there watching you and you kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
so what things have you struggled with in your business health? Next up, list 2 positive actions that could help you this year. What are a couple things that could help you to be more fulfilled in your business, to be more financially successful in your business? What can we do? So, for example, following a social media plan and calendar for our industry is big. Is that what you put down?
Stick with calendar.
Nice. So, follow a social media plan with your calendar, or for if you're in the real estate industry, become an expert at Moxie and Prospect Square, and become an expert in the technology tools that are available to you, because that will help you. It might be the group text app we use. I'm going to use the group text app every 2 weeks to reach out to my top 100 clients. I'm going to follow my business calendar to make sure that my C's Candy went out at Christmas, that my flags went out at 4th of July, that, whatever that may be. But calendaring your actions, I think, is really important. And we have time to do that now working at home often. So what things can you do? 2 big things you need to do. Sonia Linden just said, get a coach. And you know what? That's good. That is good advice. Good advice. And I have a couple of coaches now. Next thing you know, I'm going to spend all my day being a coach and never get anything done. So next would be rating your retirement health.
Okay.
All right. So rating your retirement health, and how many stars would you give yourself for your retirement? And if it's 1 star, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Really, if it's 1 star, that's okay. But we need to be thinking about that. And what are the weaknesses that I have in making sure that I have a retirement plan? It could be, I don't contribute. End of story. I want to. I think about it, but I don't do it.
I'm feeling really guilty right
Good,
now.
that's what I want.
do absolutely
I want you to feel
nothing.
guilty. All right. Well, we're going to talk about that when we're on.
Okay.
You're in trouble, Missy. All right.
I know.
So next would be, maybe you do a minimum contribution. Maybe that's your problem, is you're doing a minimum or no contribution at all. The second one could be that, I spent the entire year last year and I didn't look or find one opportunity that's going to bring me $1 for doing nothing. Jenny, we have to start looking for opportunities that we can bring in money, without necessarily having to do anything, or investing in, I don't care if it's stocks that are successful and you can ride on somebody else's coattails. We have to figure out some way to bring in that income. So next I would ask you, what positive actions can you do in 2021 to make sure that I'm strengthening this so that I can get up to 2 stars, to 3 stars, to 4 stars, to 5 stars? So one might be keeping money in my retirement, working at all times. So, hey, I got $5,000 in there and I'm going to buy 2 lawnmowers and I'm going to lease them out. Whatever it may be. The other thing, you can do whatever you want with that money.
Okay.
You can do a car loan for your buddy and charge them 12% because their credit sucks.
Okay.
All right, don't do that. That doesn't sound safe.
Well, no,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Okay. It's, and don't forget, guys, it's not too late to fund last year's retirement if you're an independent contractor. You have up until tax day. And if you have not set up a retirement account this year, they extended it because of COVID. You can still set up a retirement account for 2020 and fund it. Okay? You can still do it. It's not too late. That's one of the COVID things. And I don't care, Jenny, if it's $100 a month. We're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm on it.
Next would be maybe it's actively search for, find, and secure passive income opportunities, whatever that may be. Even if you're like, well, I don't have any money, I can't do that. You can figure something out. We can do this. We'll do it together, all right? So next would be rating your overall financial health. How do you feel like you're doing as a household? How do you feel? If you feel like, hey, I'm pretty secure, I can pay for my Netflix, I can order Dine and Dash, or whatever, Grubhub, I can do whatever I want, I'm doing okay. how happy are you with your overall financial health? And, a lot of people have made a lot of money this year. So hopefully you've been smart with it and you're in a good financial situation this year, because this won't last forever. This isn't real, right? So you need to be strong and stable in your financial health. So for this person, I'm a dumbass. That's what I wrote down. And I bought a new car, a trailer, and a boat in 2020. And I'll bet you there's a few people on the call that did that. Or it could be, I've not refinanced my house yet at these amazing rates. Okay, that could be a big one. I think that's one that...
Poor Kim England.
Yeah, right?
I text her all the time.
Oh, these point people and, all these lenders, right?
I'm sure she's like, Jenny, just do it.
Just do it. So next would be what things do we need to do this year? So, I'll put 10% of my income aside for my potential market changes. Because I will tell you this, and I don't care. I'm not a doomsayer. I'm very positive about 2021. I agree with all the economists we've had and all that stuff. However, in a few years, $1 will be worth 3. Okay, we're burying ourselves in debt. This eventually may catch up with us. The restaurant owners, think about this: the tuxedo shops, the prom dress shops. So many people are being affected. So eventually, if you have money saved, it's going to pay off. So I want to make sure that that's just a thought. Maybe putting 10% aside. Second thing was, I bought that boat, I bought that trailer, and I bought that car. But my house values has gone up ridiculously this year because of this. It's just everything's jumped. So that being the case, can I refinance all that debt into that loan and get it at 2.5%, 3.5%? Maybe. So my suggestion is get your debt consolidation done in 2021 if you have any. You can't write off your car payments. You can't write off your boat payments. So get it into your mortgage. So there we go. Overall financial health. Cool. All right.
Oh yes.
Okay. Next page is notes. And I think it's really important to write this down. Chuck Whitehead is super awesome. Go ahead and write that down.
I shan't.
You're not going to? And that's a big one. And if you guys like this material, for a lot of you guys, there's a show that Jenny and I have. And it's on the Chuck Whitehead Facebook show. And it's on Facebook. And every Monday we talk about items like this and stuff like this just to get your week going, right? So if you would like to go to the Chuck Whitehead show and just like it, just follow it, you can start watching the stuff that Jenny and I are putting out.
And talk with us about it and through the show and everything. There's so much that I'm learning and doing. And I used to love to read. I don't anymore. So now Chuck will read the book. And then on Monday, it's like I read a book. It's amazing.
Chuck, can I also add that
Yes,
if
please.
you guys are watching this and you would come back later and take a little more time to go through some of these exercises, this session is being recorded on the Chuck Whitehead Show Facebook page.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So people can watch it later on the Chuck Whitehead Show. Cool. And we'll
Perfect.
put that out there. So anyways, I was kidding. But if there's any notes or anything that you
Yeah.
want to be thinking about, I was just saying throw this down. But I would love to have more people
Me too.
join the show. If you like this content, we do this because it's good for our souls.
Yeah.
Half the time we're talking about this stuff, we're really talking to ourselves.
I know. We're sorry.
We're like, you can do it. You can get your shit together.
You can.
But we're
You
really
are
talking
good.
to us.
Yeah.
Right, So feel free to join us on Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific. So, all right.
That's funny.
Adam, this is it, baby. This is the big part. This is where we're going to list out our goals.
Okay.
Okay? And to me, I do this every year. I told you, Jenny, I flew up north. I locked myself in my buddy's condo in Silicon Valley, and I spent a day and a half putting all this together so that I have a dialed in plan. I think this is our opportunity. So don't bail out of this section, because I'm
Okay.
seeing there's been a few people that have dropped because I guess we're snoozers.
Oh,
but
ouch.
the people that have dropped, I feel sad for them because they're missing this. Because listing out your goals is everything. All right, so let's get started. Here's what I would like you to do. Right now, you should be on the economic and financial page. So on the economic and financial page, I want you to list out your goals, economically and financially. I'm going to give you a bunch of different things, Jenny, that you can start writing. I'm going to throw a little light music on, Adam, to get everybody's brain going, right? Get the brain warmed up. So, for example, here are a few. All right, maybe you want to consolidate your debt. Maybe you want to, and you can keep this up for a minute, Adam. Maybe you want to make a certain amount every year. Maybe, and I'm talking, I want you to reach. If, I'll just be honest with you guys, this is no joke. With investments and with everything, I have a goal in the next 5 years or 10 years. I want to make $1 million in a year.
Okay.
I mean, that's something I wrote down. That's been on my list. I got close back in 2006, and the goddamn market changed. No, but whatever. See, I'm blaming the market. But a lot of other people became millionaires at the time.
Yeah.
But maybe it's to pay off a rental. Maybe it's to pay off your credit cards. Maybe it's to, and just keep writing, guys, as fast as you can write this stuff down. Maybe it's, I want to pay off my car.
That's what I put.
Maybe I want to pay off my house. Maybe I want to buy my first house. Maybe I want to have a second home. Maybe I want to have a condo in Huntington Beach. Another big one I'd like you to write down is, how much passive income do you want to have when you retire? Please write that down. This person, $10,000 a month. They want to have $10,000 a month passive income. You're welcome, Denise. Maybe you want to have a net worth of $1 million. Do you have a net worth goal? And on the left column where it says how long is it going to take you to get there, don't fill that section out yet. Right now I just want you to list out everything that you would want. Maybe I want to have 20 grand set aside for my kids' college. Maybe I want to be able to buy my grandkids each $5,000 in stock and forget I did it, and someday, when I'm long gone, they can buy a house with it. Maybe you want to buy your first brand new car, because it's going to be good for your business. Maybe you want to have a retirement account with $500,000 in it. What's an income goal that you'd like to hit at some point in your life in 1 year? Did you refinance yet? What types of things? How much in your retirement? We talked about these already. Passive income, pay off credit cards, pay off cars, pay off my house. All those sorts of things. Right? And you know what? Good for you for writing this stuff down. Game changer. All right, so there we go. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look over into the left-hand column, and I want you to circle realistically how long it would take you to accomplish each one of those things. So let's say it's pay off my car, and I have 3 years left on it. Maybe it's going to take you 3 years to pay it off, so circle 3 years. Maybe you have a goal to refinance my house. That should be 1 year. Maybe my goal is to buy my first house. Can you do that in a year? So circle the number of years it's going to take. So for example, I want to get my retirement to a certain amount. I have this down, and I wrote down my amount, and it's going to take me 20 years. And the number's ridiculous, but I can tell you right now, I'm going to hit it. You know what I mean? So how long will it take? If you want to buy your first home, circle it if it's 3 years, guys. But set that goal. So circle them, guys. Got it all down, Giselle? All right, good. All right, so here we go. Now, I'd like you to add, if you don't have enough 1 years, I want you to add 1 or 2 more 1 years. And if it's, something that's realistic for you. If it's, I want to have 5 grand in my savings. I want to have 10 grand in my savings. Whatever that may be, I would like you to write down a couple more 1 year goals. Things for right now. Adam, you got a baby on the way, right? We got to grow up. We got to get serious. We got to buy stuff. We got to get passive income. Let's go, right? So that being the case, now I'm going to go down to the bottom. All right, we're going to go down to the, okay, so there it is. There's the circles. Now we're going to go down to the bottom. And what I want you to do right now is I want you to list out 3 of these that are the most important to you. They do not have to be 1 year. They can be any 3 that are the most important things to you. And what are they? So for this person, consolidate my debt with the refinance. That was their number one goal, which I think is a great goal, by the way. So once I write down that goal, over on the right-hand column, I want to put, why is it important to you? For this person, rates may not sustain themselves. And I know that this is my opportunity. It's right here, right now. Now, the next thing would be, of course, involved in that is, what's the first action item I need to do to get that goal? So for example, call my lender. Start getting pre-qualified. Hey, your credit's a mess, but we can get you together in 6 months if you fix this, that, and this, whatever it may be. Okay, but first step. So now I've got my goal, I've got my positive or negative, and I've got my first action item. So now let's go to the second one, right? Or the third one. Hopefully you guys are just charging along. Look at those economic goals. What ones are the most important? That's the key. So for this person, pay off my credit cards. Debt is evil. Credit cards are evil. Mm-hmm. They're a tool of Satan, people.
It's true.
All right, get rid of those credit cards. Or whatever it may be, and be prepared for and why? Because we have to be prepared when the market shifts. Whether it's 1 year, whether it's 3 years, whether it's 5 years, whether it's 10 years, the market is going to shift. That's when millionaires are made. Millionaires are made when the market shifts and someone is ready. Success is when preparation meets opportunity. And by getting your stuff together here, like I did that. See,
I was really proud.
Thank you.
That was a good
So,
moment.
so pay $500, a month to stop spending, whatever. And then your last one, of course, please write that one down. So this one could be to buy my first home or to buy my first rental property. But Chuck, prices are high. I don't care. If it pencils, it pencils. If it gets you a 6% return, it gets you a 6% return. And in 20 years when you retire, or 10 years, you're not going to care. You're going to be stoked you have it. You're going to thank yourself for what you did in 2021. All right? So no excuses. So what's your last one? What's your last goal? Right? And why is it important to you? And what's your action item? Good? Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Give everybody another 30 seconds, guys. Wrap it up. Alrighty then. And then once you're done, if you could put your pencils down, I'll know. You're fine, Jenny. I can see you. I'm watching your paper. I'm watching everything you write down. We're going to talk about a lot of your stuff. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
As far as you know.
Well, you had LASIK. I don't know.
I did have LASIK. All right. 10 more seconds, guys. Are you ready for the next one? You ready, Jenny?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here we go. Time to move on to the next one, which is material goals.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Hey, there's nothing wrong with material goals. Okay? I want you to know that. And I spent a long time, trying to, feeling bad about things, or feeling bad about your house or your car, or carrying around, it's okay to let people know that you're doing things right.
I like it.
Okay? So it's okay to set an example for others of what they're capable of, right? Mm-hmm. So it's okay to set these things up. So I want you to start listing out right now, as fast as you can and as many things as you can, of things that you desire. And it's funny because when you write these down, you're going to see the changes in what you write down because of the COVID situation we've been in the last 9 months. It was crazy to watch the changes. So here's a bunch. One might be to landscape my backyard. Another one, could be I've always wanted a Louis Vuitton purse. I've always wanted a Christian Dior watch. I've always wanted this pair of shoes. I'm wearing once, I'm putting in the closet, but damn it, I owned them. Owned them that day. All right.
They hurt, but I have them.
You have those shoes, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I was referring specifically to those shoes.
If anybody wants to buy them, let me know.
Yeah, they're worn. She got drunk. There's some booze spilled on them, but yes, there
I'll
is.
send you a DM.
Oh, great. So maybe it's a new boat. Maybe it's a new living room furniture. And hey, guys, I'm not just saying stuff that you want to get in the next year. I'm talking about, where do you want to be? What material things do you want? As far as I'm concerned, a second home is a material thing.
Oh, I put that on my other one.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, the economic and financial, that would actually be a detriment to that unless it's appreciating.
Well, I
it-
meant like a rental.
Oh, no, I like that, yeah. Maybe it could be that I want to get a new truck, or I want to get a new car, or someday I want to drive around a Maserati. I have no idea. I'm saying, like, what is your thing? And keep writing. You're not writing, Jenny. Yeah, I know there's more things
Sorry.
you want to do, okay?
Yes.
So it could be, I always have wanted to, go see Elton John. It could be something as simple as that. For me, I can tell you right now, I've always wanted a Beatles signed guitar. And I almost had one, I didn't buy it. I'm still mad, but whatever. Okay, so it could be that you want to, get a place in Cabo someday. You want to furnish, get a new master bedroom set. Maybe you want to remodel your kitchen. Maybe you want to put a pool in the backyard. Maybe you want to put solar on your house. Maybe you want a Rolex. Maybe you want a Land Rover. Maybe your dream someday is to own a houseboat. Write it all down. Anything and everything you possibly ever dreamed of, Ian. Anything, right? Write it all down. Maybe you want to restore a 69 Camaro. That's what I might. And Isabel, I love that your kid's on. That's great. Give him a pen. All right? And get writing. Get writing. All right. So does everybody feel like they've got enough stuff lifted out? And I take it back. You're all so greedy and materialistic. No, I'm kidding. All right. No, you're allowed to have all these things, okay? So next up, let's keep charging. Now I want you to go to the summary, or actually circle how long it would take for you to get each one of those things. So for example, this person, they're planning on landscaping their backyard in this year. It's going to take them 3 years to get that Louis Vuitton purse. Maybe it's a year to get new living room furniture. What about a pool? Is that something that you had on there? Well, how long is it going to take you to save up or to do whatever to get it? 3 years? That signed Beatle guitar, probably going to take me a while. Buying a second home. If you don't have a goal of when you're going to get it, guys, you're never going to get it.
Yeah.
You have to write down when you want to hit it, or it's just going to continually circle in space with nothing ever happening. What about that dream car? How long is it going to take you? If your dream is to have a houseboat in Powell, how long is it going to take you? Maybe you wanted to have a custom-built primary bedroom closet.
Oh.
Oh, look how excited you got.
I know.
For my shoes! My one pair of shoes I wore
pair of
once.
shoes.
With booze and throw up on it. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Totally. All right. No, I know. Not you. I was talking to somebody else on that.
Somebody else. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about your top three. So write your top three down at the bottom, Jim.
Oh.
Write them down. What are your top three material things that you want? Maybe it's to landscape your backyard. Maybe it's to buy your first house. Maybe it's to buy that rental. So write down the three that are the most important to you. It could be so. And once you write them down, of course, over on the right-hand column. So for this person, landscape my backyard. My kids need somewhere to play. First thing I need to do is budget for the project. Could be new living room furniture, because the stuff I had when I was single looks like it's from the Goodwill. All right, and I need to start shopping. That's the first action item. Or maybe it's, build a primary bedroom closet. Why? Happy wife, happy life. Mm-hmm. And then call the company from all the stupid mailers we get all the time. Have a couple of them come over and give you a bid. So write down your top material goals. How are we doing, Adam? You nailing it? Good. All right. So we good there?
Yeah.
Need another minute, guys? All right. So first thing you got to do is list it, and then if you believe you'll get it, you'll achieve it. Personal development. Good. You can keep writing if you need another minute, guys. It's
Yes,
fine.
sir.
It's fine, Jenny. No, I'm gauging everybody by you, so go right ahead. If you need another couple minutes. Pretty interesting as to the why. We find out how unselfish we are sometimes. You're allowed to be selfish a little bit, maybe one or two, but I'll bet you there's something in there that benefits somebody else.
I'm going to share one. One
Let's hear it.
is I want, when the grandkids come over, the playroom is still downstairs. So it's insanity. And we have rooms upstairs. So I want a kid room. We were talking about this the other day. And yes, it's so they have somewhere to go and play and have fun and we can shoo them. But also that way we, as adults, can talk.
And put a lock on the door.
You have to stop
On the
saying...
outside. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I did. My son did have a lock on the outside of his door
Really?
to keep him out.
Oh, you had one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay, cool.
Gotta do what works.
But I love that playroom idea. I think that is a very attainable, easy
It
goal. And
really
now you know you
is.
want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's go to personal development goals, guys. Personal development goals. And again, this is about you. Okay? This particular section is about you. It's about what you want. It's not about being mom. It's not about being significant other. It's not about being son. It's not about being daughter. It's about things that will enrich you and make you happy. And you're allowed to be happy.
That is so good.
All right,
It's
Jenny?
making me smile. That's so true.
You are allowed to be happy. So, here we go.
Okay.
I'm going to list them out. What things do you want for your own personal development? So let me give you some examples. Maybe you want to get down to 145 pounds. Mm-hmm. That's for you. Maybe other people benefit too, but like maybe that's one. Maybe it's a weight goal. Maybe you have always wanted to learn how to play the guitar. Maybe you have always wanted to run a marathon. Maybe you have always wanted to, hike the ruins, somewhere. Maybe you have always wanted to get a mommy makeover or a daddy makeover. Nothing wrong with that. Mm-mm. Maybe you've wanted to, and hey, there's nothing wrong with this too, it's legal. Maybe you've always wanted to smoke weed with Willie Nelson.
You better do it quick.
I know, he's not looking good. You better hurry.
Old. He's
Plus
gonna have
COVID.
He has COVID?
No, I said
No.
plus
Oh,
COVID.
we can't. You can't really.
You don't want to share a joint when COVID's around,
No, good call. Good call, buddy.
Can you? Yeah, you can't do that. You get COVID. All right, so you can't do that. So maybe it's, create a YouTube show. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's to create a podcast.
And we can help you do that.
That's right. Maybe it's to read one book a month. Maybe it's to take a Harley ride to Sturgis. Maybe it's to, reach the highest point in Big Bear. Hike it. Why are you smiling?
Because I just have to get over the fear of being on the back of Jeremy's motorcycle, let alone ride all the way to Sturgis.
I don't blame you for not wanting to do that. Maybe you want to get your golf game to, 85. Maybe you want to compete in a sailing competition. Maybe you want to, I know there's lots of different like mountain bike rides that you can do. Maybe you want to, what is it?
What's a daddy makeover?
A daddy makeover? I was doing that to be like not gender specific.
No, they men get
Yeah, it's when you get
tummies
hair.
tucked, hair done.
It's what else do you get?
LASIK.
LASIKs for your eyes. What else?
Tummy tuck. They
Guys
get
get
butt
tummy tucks?
implants.
So
calf
midlife
implants.
crisis makeover.
Yeah.
Don't
a new
take,
young
no,
chick.
no,
okay.
people.
No? All right.
We can do it at any age. It doesn't mean we're.
But I think the mommy makeover is a big one because you know what? I talk to so many different people that like that's their dream come true.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we've listed out a bunch of things: personal development, piano, books, music, concerts. It's funny we think.
I can't wait.
I know for concerts to open back up. Maybe you've always wanted to see Kenny Chesney. Who knows what it is?
We all had tickets.
That's right. Maybe you want to go see Chris Stapleton because that guy's got some great music. So, anyways, all right. So let's keep charging. So I want you to now go ahead and list how long it would take you to get those personal development things done on the left side. So maybe your goal weight.
I put 2.
2 goal weights? Mm-hmm. I like that. So one's a year and one's 3 years? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I like that. I have a goal weight. That's one of my number ones here.
I want to be strong too. Remember, we want to have muscle. We want to be strong.
Right.
Healthy goal.
Healthy is the word, yeah. Well, I really believe that we can live a hell of a long time nowadays. Mm-hmm. So what else? I mean, just keep circling how long you think it would take to get these things done. And boy, if you really want to find out what somebody's about, when they're not looking, read their personal development goals.
Rude.
You're all, let me see. Damn! But anyway, so just keep writing. All right, keep circling. Now, I want you to pick your top 3. Your top 3, Jenny.
Okay.
All right? And write them down below. So for this person, it's get down to 145 pounds. They want to be healthy and have high energy is the reason that they're doing it. And guess what? Energy is everything. Energy and health is everything. I mean, I'll tell you how selfish you can be. Mine was a golf goal.
And I told you that is okay.
Like from the championship tee, I want to shoot a blank. And I've only been playing for 9 months, but it's pretty cool when you do things that are for yourself, guys. It really does feel good. Mm-hmm. I mean, to finally reach that situation in your life where you are allowed to sneak out for you and do something for you, you don't even know what to do with yourself.
And I think, like, so many people, no matter what they have in their lives, maybe they've always been single and always just themselves. Mostly those people usually don't do anything for themselves either. Mm-hmm. It's okay to take care of you.
And that's what this section's about.
Oh, what was number 2? Let's see.
Is this music motivating you?
It's nice.
Let's see, what else?
Kind of has a superhero vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one did.
So keep going, guys. You're doing good. And I'll make a suggestion here in a minute. Okay, so we're summarizing our personal development goals. How we doing?
I don't even know.
Stop it. Get writing.
Is anyone else feeling that, like, oh, I
don't know what I want.
I don't know what's happening.
Get over it. Figure it out.
Figure it out,
That's why
Jenny.
we're here. You want me to give them to you? I'll just give them to you.
What do you think mine are?
No, I'm not going to say them. I'll give them trouble and you'll be all mad
Oh.
later. No, I'm
Yeah,
not doing it. I'm going to deal with that.
Okay.
I mean, but like, is there anything you've ever wanted to do? Have you ever wanted to do like a mini triathlon? I mean, have you ever wanted to, do a 20-mile bike race? Walk the LA Marathon? I mean, what things have like been on that list? You know what I mean? I mean, one of the most fun I've ever had is like, and it was on my list, I wanted to take a dirt bike riding trip from my house in the desert to Laughlin, and that was fantastic.
So this is more like a bucket list part.
No, just some personal development goals. So
Personal
you got to learn to be a good
development.
enough rider to do that. But just so. But we're hitting bucket list next, so don't get crazy on me.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
All right. So, does everybody? Let me see. It looks like some people are pretty much done writing. So we're gonna go to. All right. Looks like we're good. We're gonna move on to the next section. Ready? Mm-hmm. All right. So now, dun, 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 we're gonna move on to the bucket list.
Okay.
All right. So what is a bucket list? And this really amazing guy that I know wrote what he thinks a bucket list is. And here it is. A bucket list is meant to determine those things that call to us, help us grow, and satisfy our souls. So I want you, look at that. Isn't that guy a philosopher?
I read it.
I know. So that being the case, I want you guys to think about like the biggest dreams you could ever have. This is the dream column. Things that you maybe think you're never capable of but would love. Okay? You are allowed to not have to worry about increasing your income by 10%, be realistic. I want you to really dream big when you're doing the bucket list. And I want you to be thinking about those big soul satisfying journeys or experiences that you want. So here's some examples. Number 1, maybe you have always wanted to do a whirlwind month-long tour of Europe. I'm just throwing this in there. Okay, these are just ideas. Maybe your dream has been to, own a Lamborghini. And one point in my life, I'm gonna own it. I don't care if it's for one day. Whatever. I mean, this is it. This is where you can dream big. Maybe you've always wanted to take a ride in Air Force One. I have no idea. Maybe you know, here's a couple more. Maybe you have wanted to go on one mission with your church to Africa or whatever, just to go pretend you're a good person. All right? Like, whatever it may be. Okay? Maybe you have wanted to win first prize in a car show. Maybe you have wanted to, this is the big one. Maybe I've always wanted to go to Machu Picchu. Maybe I have always wanted to go to Fiji. Maybe I have always wanted to, you know, here's some other ones. This is a good one. I like this one, okay? Maybe I've always wanted to take my kids and grandkids on a Hawaiian vacation. How about having the money to be able to sport up 15 people and fly them there, pay for everything, pay for the hotel, and all they got to do is worry about the food, and build a memory with your kids or your grandkids or whoever that will last a lifetime. You know, with my kids and Margaret and everybody, we did a big Hawaii trip. God, when the kids were like 5 and 6. And to this day, it was probably one of the best trips we've ever been on. You know, so what if you could add that to your list? And it's all on you. Kids have no excuse.
Yeah.
They're going because I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
Maybe it is, you know, a whirlwind Middle East trip. I don't know. Maybe you have always wanted to ride a camel and get a picture out in front of the pyramids. Maybe you have wanted to go to Dubai.
That's my number one.
Is it really? I love that. Well, shit, let's go. Jeremy, if you're watching, get it together. She wants to go to Dubai.
Not right now.
All right. Maybe you've wanted to own 3 homes around the country. I want to spend my winters in Palm Springs. I want to spend my summers, you know, in Huntington Beach, and I want to spend the fall on the East Coast. You know, whatever it may be. I'm just throwing stuff out there, ideas for you guys. What other things might be on your bucket list? Maybe you wanted to get your pilot's license. Maybe you want your pilot's license. So, you know, just those big ideas. And this one's for you guys. You know, hey, here's a big one. And I've been getting hit up on this lately. Maybe you always wanted to write a book. You know, I was going to write my next book. I've got it. It's How to Live a Life of Mediocrity. Because I'm nailing it.
I'm nailing it.
Yep, I'm nailing it. But I'm kidding. But, you know, I think if you've always had a goal to write a book, you should do it. Mm-hmm. You know, I got hit up from a friend yesterday, and he's like, what do you think? And I said, you know, you will never look at books the same if you write one. You will realize that the power of a book is that everybody puts everything in their soul into that book. Everything that they're about, everything that they've learned. It's their message to the world. It's like a diary. You know what I mean? So writing a book maybe is a good one for you. But again, I still like the idea of, and maybe a bucket list thing is to have a podcast or to have a YouTube show or to be on a network show or to be an actor in a movie or, you know, for you nerds, a stormtrooper in a Star Wars movie. I don't know, you know, but everything you can think of, right? Another one might be to, you know, like I said, stay in the over-the-water huts in Bora Bora. That may be something that's always been on your bucket list.
Are you reading mine? You're very rude.
You have that down there?
Yes.
God, Jeremy better get to work
He is.
reading that list.
He is.
All right. So what else we got? Oh, so just this one is big. So that being the case, hopefully you have listed out everything that was of your little heart's desire on your bucket list. So I want to go back and review from the beginning again because there is one more thing I want to talk to you guys about. So now what we've done today is we've listed out our gifts. We can go all the way back to the beginning. We've talked about what we enjoy doing. We've talked about what we enjoy in our careers, kind of determined why we're here and what our purpose is, and put it all together. So I think that's cool, right? Do you like your comment on
No,
that?
that's really good.
Okay, good.
That's really good.
We have, you know, described how we want our friends to describe us, our clients, our peers, and the things that we need to do to get there, and hopefully put it into a small little segment that you know that these are the things and how I need to live my life to accomplish the goals I want to accomplish. We have set out a mini financial plan. And if you don't have one, honestly, guys, I'm going to offer this out. If you do not have a financial plan, if you are scared to buy a rental, if you do not know how to create a retirement account, call me. You can call me directly and I will help you. You know, if you call me in the evening, that's going to be a little bit easier. But if you want to create a financial plan with somebody and you don't know who to talk to, just to get things started, I will help you. So I'm going to give you my phone number. If you ever want to call me for anything you ever need, it's my cell phone. It's 951-237-7653. 951-237-7653. If you ever just want to talk about your financial situation, what should I do? How can I do this? How can I do that? You know, do you have, you know, a retirement? Do you have rentals? How am I going to do that? Just hit me up, and I will always, always, always do that for you. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Next up, your accountability partners. I used to have a bad friend on here. Remember, I used to have the bad decision friend.
Oh.
I got rid of them because they got me in trouble.
Yeah.
They were fun though, but it's okay. So you've listed out the people in your life that are important to you, I hope, and you know, your circle. And if you look at this circle, and if you were struggling, guys, if you were struggling, like I saw a couple people struggling in the spiritual section, go find somebody. Go find somebody that you respect, man. Oh, you know, go do it. Next, we have your family relationships. I'm excited to hear what everybody put for that. Hopefully, this will help you improve that. Your spiritual health, hopefully, this will help you improve that. Your health and fitness, I think, above and beyond anything that's on this entire list, I think that should be the top priority for everyone. And that is, you know, because I prioritize my goals, Jenny. I put it on the notes page. I prioritized everything right here. Number one thing this year is my health and fitness,
You're right.
my goals. I actually even listed out the number of workouts I'm going to do this year. I have them this, and I'm going to put a big calendar. I'm going to check them off.
I like it.
I think health is huge.
You're right.
Next up, we have, Next up, we have the business health. I think it's important that we make sure money opens doors. Money allows you to be the person that you want to be and make the impact that you want to make. Your retirement health, your overall financial health, I think that's good. Your material goals, your economic goals, and your personal development goals. And hopefully, for the first time in your life, how many of you guys, this is the first time you've ever written down a bucket list? Anybody ever done that before? Yeah, thumbs up, Isabel? Okay, good. So, Jenny, that's what I got. Now, what I'd like to do right now, if it's okay, is I would like to see if anyone out there would like to share. Okay, it's okay if you don't, and if we don't, if it goes quiet, I understand. There's quite a few people watching the call, but I'd like you to share your purpose. On page number 1, is there anyone that would like to share why they're here and what they're supposed to be doing and what they're all about? I would love somebody to jump in. Just raise your hand and I can call on you if you're willing to do it, or you can just unmute and you can jump right in, because I would love to hear. And I know it's hard, I know it's personal, but just know that whatever you share is going to help someone else, you know, and that's really it. So is there anybody else that would like to share theirs? Don't make me call on you, Janie. Don't make me call on you, Janie.
She's not happy.
No, that look is not happy.
No.
All right, well, if nobody wants to share their purpose, that's fine.
I will.
All right, bring it.
I think for me,
Read it.
I went through a lot of things when I was younger, and my purpose has been here to be able to help people who have gone through the same things.
That is
I've
good.
been able to talk to people. I've been able to help, not counsel, but just be a support, knowing what they're going through.
And you know, Brenda Lou, that comes with life experience, right? And
Yep.
and again, so like, yes, you went through some pain, and I know what you're talking about, by the way. You know, you had some tough times, but now you can pay that forward and get everybody to the healthy level that you're at now. So I think that is a fabulous
It's
life
beautiful.
purpose. It is. It's great. Kelly said that she'd be willing to share. Kelly,
Hi, can you hear me?
we can.
Okay. So I am great at helping people understand real estate in the process and breaking it down so it's not scary.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy what I do because of the pure joy it brings me when I hear and see my clients get excited and succeed. I am here to share my story with others and inspire them and give them hope and encouragement through faith in God and that they can achieve anything.
Gonna make me tear up.
That's good, girl.
I love that. Mike Duffy.
Thank you.
Very good, Kelly. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I love the last sentence. Mike Duffy, share it, buddy.
Okay. I'm an encouragement to others and a diplomatic deal maker who is a generous giver and a problem solver. I enjoy creating deals. I enjoy having the freedom in my day to help others and achieve their goals while having unlimited income potential.
I love it. I love it. Good.
Good.
So you've got the mindset of business right now, and I know you do. You got the eye of the tiger right now, Mike. Anybody else have anything that they would like to share about theirs? This is your opportunity, guys. And hey, the more people, let's hear it.
I'm Tracy. I'm from Coldwell Banker Coastal Alliance.
Hi, Tracy.
My purpose in life is, hi Chuck. My purpose in life is to experience and share joy and faith.
See how simple that was?
Yeah, that's good. It's all you need.
And if you live your life knowing your purpose, so now when you know your purpose like that, every decision is easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you
So
know what
true.
you want, every decision is easy. Does it apply to my purpose? And if not, I'm going to move on. The answers I give, does it apply to my purpose? That's the answer. It just makes decisions black and white, clean and easy.
That's awesome, Tracy.
Anybody else?
Chuck,
Please do.
I'll share.
Thank you,
I always
Janie.
think you're saying my name when you're saying Jenny's name. That's why I was going, is he saying my name?
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were giving me
That's
the
what
evil
the-
look for calling on you.
No, that was the look I was going, did he say my name?
And Janie, Janie is a superstar realtor, and she, you know what, and a very balanced life. So I cannot wait to hear yours, Janie. Go for it.
Oh, no. Jeez. It's pretty
pressure.
simple. My purpose is to learn as much as possible, to continue to learn as much as possible, and to be the best person that I could be for others. Oh, I'm muted.
No, say that.
I want to hear it again, though.
Yeah, say that one more time. A little bit louder.
Louder? Oh, louder? Okay. My purpose is to continue to learn as much as possible and to be the best person I can be for others.
That's pretty much the way you live your life, Janie.
Yeah, that's you, Janie, in a
I mean,
nutshell.
you know, you're one of those people that come along that set a really great example for other people. So thank you for sharing that. Who else wants to share, guys? Who else wants to share? Now's your chance. Now's your chance. I'm going to start calling on people. Don't do that. How about Drake Martin?
He had to leave.
No, he's here. I see him. You got your camera on your screw.
I knew you were going to call on me. I'm not sure.
What you got, Drake?
I'm not going to share mine.
Oh, all right. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna do that. But I'll bet it's good. I'll bet it's good, and I'll bet it was writing it all down. Drake was probably pretty introspective. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, got a little eye of the tiger. I'm pretty focused. I like that.
I've never found someone so intriguing in my life now.
Oh, like Jenny's like, tell me.
Like, I can't stand it.
All right, Dana Rising. I see you, Dana. You have to share. Yes, Dana, I know yours is going to be great. Go for it. Bring it. You're muted, Dana. Okay, she's laughing. You're muted, Dana. All right, here we go.
Okay, hi. I was just me sharing my statement.
Bring it.
I didn't do it.
Damn it, Dana. You're making me look like a jackass.
It's too much.
It's not. What are you talking about? You didn't do it. Well, I don't know. So Drake doesn't want to share.
Wait.
Dana didn't do it. What else we got?
Started it, but then I never actually did my statement.
That's okay. That's all right. I'll leave you off the hook. Sonia, did you do one? I'm sure Sonia did. Sonia is a coach. She coaches a ton of different agents, so hers ought to be interesting as well. Sonia, please.
Yes, I did, but it stems back to something you did on a call on Monday. It has really affected me, and I've decided it is my way. I'm going to live my life and do my things my way.
I love it. For those of you that don't know quite what she's talking about, I read the lyrics to Frank Sinatra's My Way on Monday's call. And I don't know about you, Janie, I see you shaking your head. That was such a powerful song, such a powerful theme of how we should live our lives. You know, it's about coming to the end of your journey, you know, as I approach the final curtain, you know, and then it talks about, you know, no matter what, you know, I may have fallen, but at the same time, I've always stood tall, you know, and I've done things my way. And the message, Sonia, I think, and you and I talked about this the other day, is that we spend so much time doing what other people want us to do and being under other people's boots and having other people dictate who we are, what we are, and how we're going to live our life. And that My Way song basically said, F it, I'm going to do things the way I want to do them. No one's going to control me, and I'm going to live my life to the fullest. And I think, Sonia, that's probably the same message that you got out of it. If you ever get the chance to Google the lyrics to My Way, and you know what? Since then, Sonia, I showed you, I blew it up and I pasted it. I put it or taped it to my mirror in my bathroom. So now I read that and go like, "You're not going to let people push you around anymore, Chuck. You go get it." You know. So, anybody else have anything that they'd like to share? Anybody else? I would love to hear a couple more before we head out of here. And I understand it's personal, and I
would like to share.
Please do.
Am I on? Can you hear me, guys?
We are. So state your name and who you are, if you don't mind, and then let's go because I
Perfect.
can't see you on my screen.
I'm Christy Hudson. I'm Christy Hudson with Coldwell Banker Coastal Alliance.
Hi, Christy.
And for
Now I
my
know who you are.
shares, to be of, how you doing today?
Fantastic.
Happy New Year to everybody. I'm a newer agent. I'm a New Year agent, so bear with me. So for my purpose, to be of service, to enrich the lives of family and friends, to be the best human I can be by making a difference, to be an example of love and to lead by example and hope to inspire others. And my most important one is to show that you can think that you are an underdog, but change and realize that you are a superpower.
Nice, Christy.
Hey, Chris Conrad, hang on to that one. She's going places. I love it. Excellent, Christy. Thank you for sharing that. And you know what? That's probably one of the better ones I've heard. I mean, that is summing up what it's all about. You know what I mean? Summing up what it's all about. So that being the case, we got time for two more. Is there anyone else who would like to share before we go? Last chance. And I realize it's personal, but by doing this, I can tell you, you're opening the doors for others and are going to make other people, motivate and inspire other people. So is there anyone else before we head out of here that would like to share their mantra? And if not, I think at this point, we're pretty good. We're done, I think.
We did good, you guys. I'm super proud of all of us because that's hard.
So what I'm gonna ask you guys again. I would love if you like this material, if you enjoy this sort of thing, if you could go on the Chuck Whitehead Show on Facebook and like it and follow it, even if you did it now. This is what we talk about. This is why we're here. I mean, this is what we do. So it's just about making sure that we're being the best we can be. And like I said, Jenny and I half the time, 90% of the time, we're talking to ourselves. But we would love to get your input. It's open. It's available to everybody. You're welcome, Bob. And I would just love to have you join us so that we can keep a great open discussion. And Sonia, is there anything else that you guys would like to add before we head out of here? Because we are 10 minutes early.
I'm really proud of us.
I know. Look at us.
That's good.
And we can talk and talk and talk. So
I
it's
know.
pretty good. No, so okay, guys. Thank you very, very much. You're muted, Sonia. But thank you guys very, very much. And go ahead, Sonia. You have something to close out?
Yeah, no, I would like to offer to anyone that's here today, if you would like to go to the next step or if you want some help, I'm available. I'll give a free coaching call. Just give me, just reach out to me and let me know. We'll go over it and we'll make some plans and you can take off and go on it. And my phone number is 951-237-5420.
One more time, Sonia.
951-237-5420.
And Sonia has been coaching me one day a week for, at least 5 years. And you know what? I would not have got through a lot of the situations, as easily without her helping coach me. So Sonia, thank you. And Kim Graham, thank you very much. And everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you. We hope this helps in your life. And my last piece of advice that I want to say is if you have a spouse or a significant other or kids or brothers or parents or anyone, this is going to be recorded on the Chuck Whitehead Show. I'm going to leave that Text2 link up. Yeah. So I think if you would like them to spend the time and fill out this booklet, doesn't just have to be for you. If you have significant others that you think would benefit, you can come back and you can watch this show again. And if you guys have, women councils of realtors that you're part of or other things, or you're from a different company and you would like us to come do something for you like this, we'd be happy to do this at any time that we can carve out a couple hours
for sure
and try to make it happen.
And text us if you want to just share personally what things you wrote down so you just are more accountable. Text us, call us, DM us on Facebook. Friend us, all that good stuff. We're not selling anything, just friendship.
Yes.
Okay?
All right, guys. So thank you very much. Get out there, make it happen. 2021, put all this stuff prioritized. Let's make 21 fantastic.
Yes.
All right,
success
guys.
is the new normal.
Success is the new normal. All right. Thank you, guys. Make the most of the rest of your day and the rest of 2021. So have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.